and its Bahamians aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on. Change ain't coming, change is here. You can hear it, you can feel it in the air. All politicians, put your hands in the air. Just a stick up, let me make myself clear. I'm a grown man talking, so you know what to do. No one's leaving till we figure out the truth. Why you laughing? This ain't nothing funny. So no one gets to go home till we figure out this money. Change ain't coming, change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Now if you ain't standing with us, then I know you against us. Bahamas, this ain't no time for us to be lukewarm. This is war, and we riding through the storm. Come on. Let's go. Shalom to all my Hebrew brothers, to all my Muslim and Rastas, we need you, brother. I see, I know. I can't forget the Christians. Let's put our differences aside, cause it's a bigger mission. See, they've been doing this for years, trying to separate us, kinda trying to keep us down and never elevate us. Now it's time to praise the Lord, cause he's about to take us over to the promised land where we can celebrate us. I got to do it for my kids that ain't even born yet, so the minute that they born, they already gotta check that check. Gotta have that time to collect, so they won't know how it feels to have that yoke around their neck. Yeah. See, y'all been robbing my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother and grandfather. It's like y'all can't get enough. Y'all just keep eating and giving us nothing but taxes. Y'all went even as far as to say that this country's in debt and we ain't got no money. When 9 times out of 10, everybody in this country's possibly a millionaire. It's time to wake up. Let's talk about natural resources, cause every time we bring it up, they say hold your horses. They say it ain't worth a thing, but it's worth a fortune. Meanwhile, they open up their businesses across the borders. Oh yes, we track their bank accounts across the waters. They say this country in debt, but they making millions. If we don't stop this now, they be up to billions. It's about to go down and I get the feeling we gotta cut a movie on these dirty villains. On this Lincoln Bain and his team came with information. It's like everything changed, everything went quiet. It's like so much facts and they can't deny it. They rather keep their mouths shut before they start a riot. Now look how they tryna just steal the oil. They don't wanna share with none of y'all. They been robbing us while we were sleeping. Send them to jail since they failed, they committed treason. Change ain't coming. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Listen, from Freeport to Nassau all the way to Nago, there's no more time for us to sit back and be quiet. You understand? This is war. If they only knew who we were, if they only know who we are, they would know we are warriors. No retreat, no surrender. Just give us what you owe us. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I feel this all the way to my ancestors. We are warriors. We only really want what's owed to us. You get it? Now free up.
On May 10th, we gotta tell these people, kiss our and walk fast.
2, 3, 4 hours maximum. But its impact psychologically is something that is profound. And it is something that's so profound that all you need to do is judge the comments that have arisen over what I have said to understand that people think it's so brutal that it shouldn't be inflicted on persons.
Flogging, which many human rights organizations consider a form of torture, is still practiced in countries like Saudi Arabia. Immigration has been an issue for the country for decades, and last year government began taking extensive measures, amping up raids and deportations. The vast majority of illegal immigrants housed at the Carmichael Road Detention Center are Haitians, followed by Jamaicans and Cubans. But Monroe said his comments aren't specifically about Haitians and Jamaicans, but any foreign nationals illegally in the Bahamas.
Well, illegal immigrants are illegal immigrants. We have illegal immigrants from Eastern Europe in the detention center. So I don't really care where you are from. And nobody will be able to find anything that I have said that is population specific.
When asked about women and those under 18 and whether they should be flogged, Monroe said this.
Caning for people under 18. They'll be having an equality. Suppose it's a referendum. Why would they be treated differently than men? If we're in this big age of equality, if I were to suggest that women be spared, people would jump down on me on the basis of that sexist. So if we're going to say there's equality, the only difference would be there's a physical assessment of the ability, and the physical assessment is regardless of whether you're man, woman, or child.
You're watching the
On May 10th, we gotta tell these people, kiss our and walk fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. It is so good to have all of you here. It is always good to have all of you here. It is a wonderful pleasure. The countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. The countdown is on. There are 10 days remaining until Philip Brave Davis is going to be the first PM in Bahamian history to unleash the military on his own people. It has never happened before. And this is going to be the first time. This is going to be epic. I think we're going to make international news. In fact, we got calls today, me and others in the farm, from international news media out of Florida. And they're looking to do a report. So this is going to be epic, ladies and gentlemen, to watch Bahamians be attacked on their own crown land while we're surrounded by 42 plus Haitian villages, shanty towns, where they're not being touched, where they are above the law and untouchable by the law because of corruption. And so we're about to see this in our very own country. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. You know what to do when you get in here. Please like and share this. Take time to like it so that the algorithm would know that the video is important. Please take the time to like and share this. And so thank you. So good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you who are watching this. To all of you, you are special to us. Thank all of you who are sharing this. Let me see if I see share to anybody's names. Let me see if I can see this now. There we go. Yeah, so good evening, everybody. Peachy Thurston, good evening to you. Veronica Bain, I see you. Love you too. Kevin Williams, thank you so much for being a part of us. Shelly Ann says that I look very well rested. No, I am not. You guys are keeping me very busy. Not only are we fighting for the crown land, but there's so many different issues that people are calling us for every day. We're fighting for a lot of people in a lot of different situations that, these stuff don't make the news. Sometimes the people around us ask, like Lincoln, Maria, how do y'all do it? But we do it because, we have a love of this country and we know it's the right thing to do. All right. So I see Terrence Russell, you are there. Stanley Bo, good evening to you. Michelle Malone, welcome. It's always good to have you. Veronica Lightburn, all right. Thank you for being here. Freedom Feeders, you are there. Leonardo, where's that? Oh, move so fast. What's that? Leonardo. Oh, sorry, Leonardo is gone. Adrian Russell, but Leonardo, I saw you. Adrian Russell, it's time for war. You bet that right. So I'm going to be there, locked arms with my fellow Bahamian people. And we're going to be ready to be sacrificed for the betterment of our children. Donna Major is there. Mark Anthony Coldbrook, thank you for tuning in from wherever you are. So, Tanya says, stress makes me look good then. Well, it's not stress. I don't ever let anything stress me. There's nothing that man can do to me that's going to stress me at all. There's nothing that man can do to me because I believe and I'm a believer. All right. So Daphne McKenzie changes here. You are so right. Jamal Woodside, greetings, my brother. Greetings. Starboy Rule, Queenie Ferguson. Thank you for all of you who are here. Robert Haley. Oh, it was Leonardo Hanna. All right. So Kelly Gibson, thank all of you for being here. Good night, Dwayne Smith, Pearline Smith. Good night, Ash Curtis and Trevor Morley. Thank all of you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for war. War has been declared on the Bahamian people by its own government, and this is now starting to reach the airs internationally. We're getting some calls. People are trying to find out what is actually going on in the Bahamas, what is happening. People are very concerned. Isaac Gibson says, Lincoln, they're scared. Everywhere I go, they talking about you, but at least they talking. Yeah, let them be scared. Let them continue to be scared. But when the government fares the people, you're gonna have an amazing country. When the people fares the government, there's tyranny. The government should always fare the people, right? And so we need to make sure that our government continues to fare us. How do you know they fare us? When they bring machine guns and tanks and armored vehicles for some people on a farm, some unarmed people on a farm. Why would you take my guns, and then bring hundreds of machine guns, a tank, armored trucks filled with military men? Why would you do that? Because you are afraid of the people. The people are standing up, and the people are taking this to another level. All right? The people are standing up, and the people are taking this to another level. They've never expected the Bahamian people to stand up. In fact, they never expected the Bahamian people to be wise enough to actually go after them, go after the land. When they made their little law to block us out, when they made a little law for the Haitians to be able to stay on the land, and lying Wayne Monroe says that the Haitians are on private land. That is a lie. When you have the government lying to you, every single minister that is coming forward has lied. They've gone from one minister to the next in all of this, and everyone has had to lie. Why do you have to lie? If you have right on your side, if you have justice on your side, why are you lying? Why? Wayne Monroe says the Haitians are on private land that they're leasing. Jesus. Now, I'm not saying that that is not the case in some instances, but everyone knows that these Haitians are on our crown land. Everyone knows that. When the government has reached the point of lying to their people, we are in trouble. I mean, they always lie. But when they lie on their people for the purpose of attacking them, we're in trouble. So why isn't the church community saying anything about this? Listen, pastors want crown land, all right? And so instead of fighting for the Bahamian people, they feel that by keeping their mouth shut, they're going to get some crown land and they're not going to rock the boat. But I will say this. Jesus said that they killed all the prophets. You know why they killed all the prophets? Because the prophets' duty was to speak truth to power. They spoke truth to the kings. They kept the kings in check. Everyone who did theology knows this. The prophet's duty was to speak truth to power. And sometimes kings don't like that. Many of these kings would touch the prophet and then they would end up destroyed. Sometimes a whole nation will be destroyed because of it. But when you take bribes, it corrupts the entire system. And the same God that they preach about hates that. One pastor said he can't get involved. One pastor was talking to one of our executives and he said he appreciates what Lincoln and them are doing. They got to keep telling them, keep fighting, tell them, keep fighting, tell them, keep pushing. So she's like, why don't you all do something? Why don't you say something? Oh, no. I trying to get some crown land. My application on this desk right now. And so, if I say something, I ain't get this crown land. Do you know how much things I want to get? You know how much things I want to do for my children? I want to live. But it's not until we decide as a people that enough is enough that these politicians are going to bow to us and realize who's in charge. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to stand up. And interesting, and I'm going to show you some stuff tonight. I'm going to redo some of the stuff we did from the last live because the internet was bad. Ladies and gentlemen, I had an encounter with a leader today, and I'll call him that. Can't swear for anyone, but if someone did good, you have to recognize them. If you are going to chastise people when they do wrong, you should commend people when they do right. And so that's what I'm going to do, because I'm always going to stand on the side of what is right. Today, Obadiah, also known as Obie Wilchcombe, came onto the crown land, into our crown land, the people's crown land, on the farm. And I was met by a couple of Defense Force officers. They blocked the road. And, so I just jumped out of my truck and walked to where the bus was. They came to visit the bus where the lady was, the now infamous bus that this lady's living in, right? And so I came there and met him. He had spoken to the lady and he'd spoken to other Bahamians who were there. Any of the farmers who were there, he spoke to them. And the reason I say today that he was a true leader is because he actually spoke to them. Wayne Roosevelt Monroe brought a whole entire army, as has never been deployed in any situation in this country's history. We actually had a riot in Nassau Village before, in recent times. Do you remember that? We had another riot in Camp Road. They never unleashed the military on the people, never. And the riots in both cases, people had guns. They never unleashed the military on their own people. But Wayne Monroe came in with all of his armies and all of his machine guns, et cetera. He did not speak to the people. I had to literally force my way through his army to get to him. And I approached him, and he had to stop because the media would have seen him. And I called him, and I went in his face, and I spoke to him. He did not speak to one individual. You came to do an assessment. You came to do an investigation, but you don't speak to the people who are there. What manner of investigation is this? If I make a complaint against you, the first person the police is going to speak to is who? You. If the police are coming into an area looking for something, they're going to speak to the people in the area. They said that they are doing an investigation. They came, I had a ride along, investigating what's going on in the area. To this date, not one official has spoken to any of us, other than police officers harassing and false arrest. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those who are doing a proper investigation, like the forestry. Daniel Hennick took my number. I did not receive a call. She took my number in front of the media. She has not spoken to anyone on the farm. Anyone on that crown land. Not one. The Department of Forestry has not spoken to any of us. The Ministry of Environment has not spoken to any of us. The Police Defense Force has not spoken to any of us. Wayne Monroe came on a fact-finding mission and didn't speak to any of those persons there. The first thing I would have wanted to do would be to speak to the people who are there. I would want to tell them, listen, what's going on? Why are you here? What's going on with you? I wouldn't do a photo op by a bus with a lady. I would speak to the persons who are there. You, Mom, show me your house. What are you doing here? Why are you here? What's going on? What's the real situation? Are there fires? Who's cutting these trees? That's what I would do. But they have not spoken to any of us, but yet there's an investigation. Obie Wilchcombe came in there and acted like a leader. He spoke to the people. He did not cut anyone short. You had to be finished talking to him for him to move off from you. He actually came in there and heard what was going on for himself. And this is what shocked me. When the lady in the bus, because no one asked about this, the lady in the bus was able to show him not only that she applied to be on the crown land, but that the government responded to her. And Obie Wilchcombe said, they deceived me. He's been deceived. Because in all their conversations, they never brought up in those meetings that the people actually applied to the government and the government responded to them. And in their applying, they told the government that they were occupying the land. Obie said, that's not right. They're not telling the full story. They are treating the situation like the Haitians who just come and squat on the crown land. Yes, Wayne Monroe, they are on crown land and private land. They're treating it like the Haitians who just come and squat on the crown land and don't apply because they can't, they're foreigners, and just take up our land. I respect how Obie dealt with everyone. I had to force my way through because they gave instruction to the Defense Force officers out there on the trail to walk in to not let me in. They said, don't let Lincoln in. But of course, you know, this is my country and you're not going to tell me where to walk in this country, so I had to force my way in again. I got video of that. I won't play it. But I had to force my way in again. And I went and spoke to Obie, and Obie spoke to me like a gentleman, like a decent gentleman. And he asked me, he spoke to me and asked me what's going on. And he said, these are Bahamians. Because I said to him, I said, Obie, do you remember that the government spoke to the illegal immigrants? They at least had a meeting with the illegal immigrants who were on crown land. I said the government spoke to the illegal immigrants. Didn't lock them up, didn't call them criminals, didn't say they were thief in the land. They spoke to the illegal immigrants, most of whom were on crown land. I said, but Obie, your government hasn't even spoken to us. Every time Brave promised to meet with us, every time he promised to have a meeting with us, instead of the meeting, we get attacked. The first time he promised to meet with us, and that's the voice note I let you hear from Click Watson, they canceled the meeting, and then they sent the white police officer in there to start attacking our people. Then again, when I spoke to all of you, saw me speaking to Brave Davis at the Labor Day March, Brave Davis promised me he would meet with the people. But instead of meeting with the people, he sent an army. These are the people who run our country. He promised he would meet with the people. And so Obie came and he spoke with not just that lady, but everyone who was there. He didn't miss out nobody. He took his time and he had real conversations to get a real gist of what was going on, not just the nonsense that they were feeding him from whatever meetings they had. Because there are many persons who don't know what's really going on. And what they're doing was they have their propaganda people all over the media, all over the place, all over social media, trying to muddy the water. Because the strategy in politics is, you just muddy the water so that people won't know what's true, and so they'll just get flustered. The government is shocked right now that everyone should be talking about, one, the budget they had with all those crumbs and cookies. Two, Adrian Gibson. They thought everyone would be talking about Adrian Gibson right now, but instead, everyone is talking about the treatment of the Bahamian people on the Crown Line. No one is talking about any of the stuff they brought to the forefront. No one cares about that. They underestimated the new Bahamian. They thought of their little tricks. Listen, let's distract the people by locking up Adrian, and then let's go in there and harass the Bahamians. And then no one's going to pay attention to that. It had the opposite effect. Whenever you want to do something, you put out a distraction first, and then you do it in politics. But it had the opposite effect. And it shocked them. Because they are not in tune with the Bahamian people. And that's why Wayne Monroe could be out there talking about they come in to bring brute military force on the Bahamian people in now 10 days. Man, I gotta have on my sharpest suit. I could be on the farm in a suit. And I could be sitting down, I could eat my sauce in that soup, in that suit. And I am going to sit under that tent with all the Bahamians who come out. We've got calls that Bahamians are coming from overseas. People saying they're coming from Florida for that. We could sit on the farm under the tent and we could play music and we could sing songs and we could eat some sauce under the tents. And I could stand on that porch and we could address the people and we're going to call them to direct them to where we are. No, Wayne, don't go that way. Come this way. We over here. Obie Wilchcombe. Good. Leonardo Hanna says, I'm coming from, say coming from Florida. People did say they're coming from Florida. They say they're flying in. People say they're flying in from the Family Islands. It's next week Friday, y'all. It's next week Friday. Next week Friday is the 14th. So, the 14th day, I mean. So, next week, Friday, join us. Let's show this government that we want our Bahamas and we're tired of being treated like second-class citizens. Let's show them that we're serious. Next week, Friday, come join us. Come sit with us. We're going to sit, talk, have fun, socialize, and wait for them. Come join us. They have started a revolution. They have started the evolution of the Bahamian people. If they think their threats are going to destroy us or intimidate us, they have another thing coming. We're going to be sitting, enjoying ourselves, and loving ourselves. And showing them that we are tired and we're fed up. Stand with me. Stand with us. Stand for us, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So that's what's going to happen. But I just want to give my props to Obie Wilchcombe because he dealt with us like a human. He didn't deal with us like Brave did. saying, oh, I'm going to meet with you, setting up the meeting, and then sending brute force. All right. First, they send the white police officer who they know to have gotten in trouble over and over. They sent him because they know his character, because they felt he could come in there and intimidate us. That's why they sent him. That he would scare us off our land. How could you scare Bahamians off their land when you wouldn't dare go into Shantytown? The last time the PLP got into Shantytown, they beat up the immigration officers. Remember, I played 2 lives ago, I played the videos. The last time the PLP went, the lock-up persons talking about they cracking on immigration, the legal immigrants was beating up our immigration officers. The Bahamians of Haitian descent on the police force was blocking the immigration officers because police are over immigration. This is happening in our very country. But they did not, even though they was getting beat up, chop up, burst up, they did not send the military in there for them. But they brought the military. He made some stupid excuse, but if you bring people in, you got to make sure they're safe. What the hell are you talking about? With all that military force? Do you think Bahamians are stupid? Do you all forget Minutes and his stupidity? That Bahamians can see through this nonsense? Wayne Monroe, do you think that people don't hear you saying that Haitians are on private land? Do you think we are stupid, Wayne Monroe? Do you think that Bahamians didn't see your 2 campaign generals going after me with their fake videos trying to set something up? Do you think that they didn't see your 2 campaign generals doing that, lying, staging videos to try to pin something on me? Do you think Bahamians didn't see that? And now you come yourself because they couldn't get it done, right? Do you think Bahamians are blind? I see they have some persons on the show. And by the way, they had a show last night. And I normally don't address these things. I normally don't pay attention to these things. But they had a show last night where Shanique Miller had 2 political prostitutes on. And they had a whole show just to bash me. And I have no problem with that. I'm a public figure, so people can say what they want about me. I have no problem with that. I have thick skin. All right. They can say anything they want about me once they don't lie on me. But they said that one of them said some defamatory stuff. All right. But I leave that because the lawyers are looking into that. Right. But I spoke to Shanique, and I'll never say our private conversation. She's still a friend. And I said, Shanique, y'all banned me, not her, but the management banned me from being on that show for no reason, right? I think some agreement was made with the government because they feel that show gave me a big platform and they just decided not to have me on the show anymore. If you don't have me on the show, why are you talking about me? I can understand you talking about a situation in general, but if you don't have me on the show, why are you talking about me? Again, I have no problem with people talking about me, but I said it's unfair to have these people discussing me without me there, especially when one of them was saying that I did something apparently criminal that would have justified a defense force officer beating me up and pepper spraying me. One of them implied that I should be on a crazy bus or something like that. That's extremely defamatory. That's some good money I could get. Oh, that station got some money. But seriously, I don't know how they think that people don't see through them as prostitutes. You see, when you get the views of real, regular Bahamian, that counts for something. But a political prostitute, he's always going to take the side of the party that is feeding him. No one takes that as credible. No one. And so I don't understand why they feel that somehow they can influence the public. But they only get ratings when they talk about me, so that's why they continue to do it. But I told her, go and speak to your management, let them know you spoke to me, and I'm willing to, let those stuff go. I'll come on the show, I'll state what I have to state, and we go from there. She came back and said, the management said, no, I can't come on the show, on her show. And so when the media is corrupt, the country is in trouble. When the media is corrupt, the country is in trouble. Now, Eyewitness News did do some good news stories about the situation, or they interviewed me, etc. So they did do some good news stories, and I appreciate them for that. But in terms of coming on the show, see a news story, they can cut it up and chip it up and make sure it says what they want. But if you're on there and you're live, they can't control the narrative. And so some instructions went down so that I'm not allowed to be on Beyond the Headlines. Right? So just want all of my supporters to know that. And so listen, when you go and watch that again, I need everyone to go on there and keep typing it in the comments. Bring Lincoln on the show. Bring Lincoln on the show. How could you be talking about Lincoln, but he can't come on the show? It's corruption. Okay? And so let's do that. I would normally say boycott them, but it's corruption. Okay? Let's go on there and let's show them that we're serious about this. So tomorrow, go on there and let them have it. All right? Because it's absolute corruption. And it came from management of the company. All right. So I'll get back to what I was talking about. But I just thought that you should know that. Obie Wilchcombe, we'll see how much of a leader you are by how you can get in there and speak to your cabinet. You're part of the cabinet. And let them know that these are Bahamians, man. Obie Wilchcombe agreed that they can't win this one. Because no matter how they bring down the hammer on Bahamians, when they're refusing to touch Haitians, there's no way that looks good in the sight of anyone. They're getting their own PLPs telling them, you can't do this. But Wayne Monroe is a person who doesn't care. This is a man who literally said that we should flog the immigrants, the men and women. Do you know what cat o' nine tail does to you? You could actually die. And cane the children. And he actually literally said, his words were that if they feel that we are torturing them and killing them, they won't come. He said we need to terrify them like in the days of Loftus Roker, when they would just leave the country rather than face his wrath. Loftus Roker didn't touch them. He didn't beat them. He didn't do anything to them. He just arrested them, processed them properly, and who had to leave had to leave. He did not break the law by abusing them. So Wayne Monroe was wrong on that. But it shows you the mentality of the man that they now have in charge of our military. And now you will see why he will bring the whole military in, a couple farmers who are growing fruits. Why they would send some police officers to feel up old women farming. And so the next narrative, I'm going to start showing you all some stuff in a minute. The next narrative is that I hear them on their little show saying that, oh, they didn't find any Haitians there. We never said that the Haitians lived there. I know about one Haitian family that lives there and another Haitian group that has land there. We never said Haitians lived there. We said that they were coming there and burning the forests and cutting down the trees. And they were working in partnership with the Bahamian with heavy equipment. That is what we said. But they're trying to change the narrative, say, oh, they didn't find any Bahamians there. We never said so, Haitians. They were living in Cowpen Road area, in those shantytowns, and coming over there to destroy the forests. That's what we said. Bahamians did some clearing also, but I always said it was minute compared to what they had done and they had been doing. And I showed the timeline to show when this stuff was done, and you can clearly see when it was done. But they continue this narrative of, they continue to blame me and say that I cut down 500 acres. Now, remember the last time the news interviewed, the number keeps changing. First, it was 40 acres. Then it was 300 acres. Then it was 500 plus acres. Then it was 600 acres. They're still saying it's 500 acres, you know, of 700 now. That's the total they're saying. Listen, that's about 3,000 acres in that area. That whole area is about 3,000 acres. But they're saying 500 plus of 700 to make it sound bad. If that's 500 plus of 700, there would be no trees there. Don't you remember the Google Maps that I showed you? That means it would almost be no trees. There are lots of trees there. You can see what is clear and then where there's trees. So if it's 700 and 500 plus is cleared down, you see, they keep saying these stuff that makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand these people, and they're doing it just to paint a narrative. Just to paint a narrative. I can show you some stuff in a minute. So let me see if I can put this on satellite. I just want to share all this quick. They didn't set up the link. All right. Watch this. They say all. Do it this way. Okay. Let me see if I can get you to see this. Let's see how this works. Yeah. Good. This is all of this from here, all of that, all of this, not this is Kamaiga Village, all of this, sorry, where am I going? The phone is opposite. All of this is the area. Most of that isn't cleared. Most of this is green. This is the lake right here, but most of this is green. Most of that isn't cleared. So how is the majority of that cleared? You can't see it clear, but go on your own phone. Majority of that is not cleared. I know these people are calculating. Maybe I just need to do a live and put it on and let you see it. But they're just calling numbers. Now she's back to saying it's 300 and something acres. They need to make up their minds. Remember, she got the last interview. She said it's 300 and something, 300 acres. Is it 300, 500, 40, 600? What is it? Make up your minds, please. Okay? These people are making no sense. But they always try to make it seem like, oh, Lincoln cut down 500 plus acres. These people are beyond ridiculous. All right? So Wayne Monroe is spinning this narrative that the Haitians live on private land. And I showed you a video, and people said it was breaking up, and they wanted to see it again. So I showed you a video of Haitians who are actually on a shanty town, and this shanty town is actually on Crown land, and even the Haitians know it's on Crown land. And so I'm going to show you this video again. The Haitians telling you, and then I'm going to show you the man who got the Crown land and how he got it. So I'm going to show you these two videos again, because this is important, because the government is lying about everything they're doing. And so Wayne Monroe is lying, knowing that some shanty towns, most of them, are on public Crown land. He is trying to lie because he's trying to justify why they can't touch the Haitians, or we can't touch them because they're on private land. Even if they're on private land, if they have a shanty town on private land, why can't the Ministry of Works deal with them? Huh? And why can't you lock up the illegal immigrants? There's no injunction stopping the government from locking up illegal immigrants. None. They can go in there and lock up illegal immigrants. No, nothing in injunction stops them. But are they doing that? No. But what are they doing? Falsely arresting and harassing Bahamians who are growing fruits. So I'm going to let you hear this again. This is a Bahamian was actually having an argument with a Haitian, and the Haitian was saying that they lease land from that they actually lease land from the Bahamian, and the Bahamian eventually said that no, only a couple of them was leased the land from the Bahamian, it's Crown land, and the rest of them just came in and swooped in and lived there now. Watch this again, because the government is lying. They're making excuses to why they feel they need to touch us to satisfy Wayne Monroe's personal vendetta against me for exposing that those ladies were his campaign generals, and why they can't touch the Haitians. And then we'll get to this man whose citizenship needs to be revoked, Obie Georges. It is time to revoke his citizenship. These people have been fighting against the Bahamas. They're enemy of the Bahamas. They've committed treason against his country. And the law allows for his citizenship to be revoked because he's a paper Bahamian. We'll start with this, and then we get to that. So I'll tag Obie, because I ain't talk behind his back. Tag him. We deal with him in a minute. This is the Haitian on Haitian Village.
All right, good to see you.
Frederick Nixon.
All right, Frederick.
All right, sir. Yes, sir. My conversation is this. It was a Bahamian fellow living in there named John. That's his place right there.
John, okay.
All right.
Oh, this house right there?
Yeah, that's the house.
Okay, uh-huh.
So he the one that was selling this land to them Haitians. He said he get it from the government. That's a foreign land. He used to pay it. And then the thing is, he started taking $1,000 from each Haitian. So that's the reason why you see all these places start building. So it ain't our fault. I'm a Haitian Bahamian, born in the Bahamas.
Okay.
But the thing is, if he said, he gets it from the government, that's his land, and then he paying due, so we give him the money. So if anything, they have to look for him.
And they got the receipts.
Got the receipt.
So you all paying to be here?
Yeah, paying to be here.
Okay, all right. So you all ain't just squatting?
No.
They squatting.
It wouldn't make no sense for us to just come here and just
These people can't believe it's the same
on
idea.
the people's property. Unless somebody had to bring us here.
Yeah. You have a receipt to show where you pay him?
Well, I left the receipt at the house.
It's at the house? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Get a copy. Let's
So
get a copy
it's John what?
I don't...
Let's get a copy of your receipt.
Name, but
That ain't Lundy, eh?
No, not Lundy. Lundy and John is two of them. Lundy's...
So they family?
Yeah, they family.
Oh, okay. Lundy and John?
Ain't no family.
Well,
Ain't no family.
that's what
Lundy
John
and John
said.
ain't no family.
Okay.
John, Lundy, John is for extended family. I know the both of them.
Okay.
I know both of them. I've been here 20 years, right next door.
All right.
Y'all guys just as responsible as they are. So don't blame Lundy and John. How could you think the government gonna give one man all of this property? You think one man own all this property y'all building on?
Well, it's
Common
two of
sense
them.
ought to tell you that's not right. Something's not
No,
right.
that's two of them. Not just one of them. Now, that's two of them. Not
Listen to
just
me,
one
buddy.
man.
Listen to me.
You see what
First
I'm
of
saying?
all,
That's
he didn't
just
show
one
you no
man.
proof of ownership. That's your responsibility. Don't blame all on the man. You got to use your math too.
All right.
He didn't show you ownership. He did not show you that he owned this property. You know why? He do not own Crown land.
So, Willie, how...
You should have did your investigation.
How did you end up on corn land? You have
Me?
to go...
I
Yeah.
bought it
You bought
from the
it?
government. I've been here 20 years.
Well,
And it took them 15 for me to get it.
well, it's the same thing they said. They
My
didn't
cousin
even
been
do-
over there 40 years and he don't own that
Nah,
one yet.
they
So
your
y'all
fellow
paying,
brothers.
John and Lundy. Some people paying,
Lundy,
dealing with Lundy, some people paying John.
John, that's the way it is.
And they Bahamians.
You're right. Both of them is Bahamian.
And wow.
Both
And
of
that's
them
how
is
you all
Bahamian.
here.
That's how we get here.
Wow. But I gotta run.
Some of these people, John and Lundy, don't know nothing about. Some of them come after John and Lundy took off. Some of these people came because their people was here. Let me tell you something. I was
All
here.
right, good talking to you, bro.
Yeah.
When the first house started.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that, sir. I don't
Mister, I know when you came here. I'm right over there watching when you came here.
I was
Yeah.
born here. I
You,
was born
I'm
here.
talking about on this property. On this property. On this property.
On this property?
Yes.
You lying. You lying. If you said you see me
Listen,
like
listen,
you
I
lying.
know
When
when you came here.
What did I
I ain't give you no
What
date.
date? Give me
You-
the
I
date.
know when you came here.
No, give me the
You came
date
here
and
with
the
a
time.
bunch of lumber on the back
Give
of
me-
the damn truck.
No, give me the date and the time.
I ain't give
You
no
lying.
Show me
You
your
lying.
receipt. Show me
You
your
lying.
receipt first.
You
Show me your
lying.
receipt.
I said when I
Where's your receipt?
I'm gonna bring the receipt.
Where's your? Go get it. We wait for you. Go get your receipt. Go get your receipt, liar.
Yeah, cause
Go get your receipt.
He He just start lying, telling people just came here.
You ain't got no receipt.
And just lying. I'm gonna bring all the people that you all give receipt.
No, get your receipt.
I'm gonna bring all of them.
Get your receipt.
I'm gonna bring my receipt.
Go get it.
Yeah, yes
Go
I
get
will.
it.
You have your receipt in the house now?
Yeah, go
Yes,
get
sir.
it.
All right, I'll wait for you.
Yeah, go
Go
get
get
your
it and come back.
So, ladies and gentlemen, these the people are getting biggity, they're getting rowdy. The fella said he had his receipt, and he was able to bring back not just a receipt, but he was able to bring back an invoice, and it was signed by John Walks. John Walks. It was signed by John Walks, but you heard in the conversation. So it's John Walks. We just cropped a part of it out. So that's what you're seeing there. But it's John Walks. Let me show you another one. Yeah, so John Walks. And it was written to it's Claudie or something. All right. And so it was John Walks. Now, as you can hear, it's Crown land that they are on. And the Bahamian who has the property next door was saying that just a few of them dealt with John Walks, and he gave them a lease to be there. All right. And but the rest of them just came after they heard they were there. You know how they do. Say, oh, that's where y'all are? Okay. We're gonna go there and take this land. And they went there and took it. Unlike Bahamians, they ain't scared. And unlike Bahamians, the government ain't gonna touch them. So now that is video evidence for Wayne Monroe. That's video evidence that the Haitian immigrants are living on our land in Abaco, and they just take it. And they don't care. That's video evidence. Because Wayne is playing like he doesn't know this. And so what I did, we tracked down John Walks. He was actually living in another island. So we traveled to Grand Bahama, and we tracked down John Walks. You know, we're the best in that investigation. That's what we do. We tracked down John Walks, and we spoke to him. So the first video was in Abaco. We went to Grand Bahama, and we found John Walks, and we spoke to him about the crown land that the Haitians are on. And so someone tagged Wayne Roosevelt Monroe, please. And so lying Wayne Roosevelt Monroe, who's saying that the Haitians are a private land, we need him to see this. This John Walks. John Walks was possessing the land because that's what the Crown Land always told you to do. You possess the land, you apply, and then you wait to get it. All right? And I just want you to understand this before I play that. No, I'll teach you about that later. All right? About the grant versus occupation. All right? Grant versus occupation. Occupation doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. But it means that the government has up to 30 years to be able to reclaim it, to attempt to reclaim it. And that doesn't mean that you're a criminal, you're doing something wrong, etc., etc. That means you're occupying the land because the law sees the land as being too valuable to be left void. Now we're going to talk to, I might as well say it since I was doing it, but a grant means that you have it forever, it cannot be reclaimed at all, and you can pass it on to your children. And so the government is trying to deceive y'all because they don't want Bahamians to benefit from Crown land. So they're going to come there dragging me and Grammy them off the Crown land. All right? Listen, defense force officers, when you'll come there, do not step on my watermelons. Do not step on my watermelons. Don't mess with that. Okay? Y'all look where y'all step in on our Crown land. All right, so this is John Walks, and this is his experience with the Haitians on there.
You know how we do it. We were able to track down in Grand Bahama. The gentleman behind all of that controversy that was just sparked in Abaco the other day. All the controversy with the Haitian village, so they call it, and the man behind it, the man who applied for that Crown land, he is here. We were able to talk to him and get his side of the story, and so we were able to track him down So like I said, please share this so that all Bahamians can see exactly what's happening. And so the gentleman is John Walks, and he is here with me. This is Mr. John Walks. You could wave them and let them see you. So you in a real wave. So John Walks, ladies and gentlemen, John Walks is the man who owns that land technically because he applied for, and I'm gonna put the government's response to him. I'm gonna put that on my Facebook page. He was the man who applied for that land. He is Bahamian. You Bahamian?
Yeah, I'm Bahamian.
You where the Walks from?
I'm Bahamian. My mother from Rolltown, Exuma.
From Rolltown?
Yeah, and when she left Exuma, she need my daddy. My daddy was from Barbados, but he born in Nassau too.
Yes.
My daddy.
And so, yeah. My mommy from Rollville, Exuma. Okay. All right. So you Bahamian?
I'm Bahamian.
Yeah, you sound like Bahamian.
There's a roll on my mother's side.
You speak Creole?
Yeah, from Roll. I don't speak no Creole.
You sure?
I don't speak Creole.
Plenty Creole people on your property.
I don't speak Creole.
You don't know Pale Creole? No Pale.
I don't know nothing about Creole.
Okay, so you are raw, born, bred
Bahamian. Born in Princess Margaret Hospital. Born and grew up on East Street.
Okay, so this man is saying that he is a purebred Bahamian. And so you applied for that crown land.
Well, it was 7 years ago. My daughter didn't get the papers. She got it, but they never give me, the go ahead. Over 7 years ago.
So you applied for it? No, but I saw them reply to you.
Yeah.
And I saw their reply because you gotta WhatsApp that to me. Send it to me.
Yeah, my daughter have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. I read it myself.
Okay.
You sent it to me so that Bahamian people can see that. You applied for crown land. All right, and they responded to you in that, and they said to you that they are doing an audit of crown land right now, and because they're doing an audit, they don't want to turn the crown land officially over to you, because they are actually checking to see how much crown land we got. All right, and that's ridiculous to me. So that's what you remember them saying to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they didn't tell you come off the crown line or move or anything.
No, they didn't.
You applied for it the proper way.
And
you paid
what
your.
They said they was surveying out some land in either Exuma or one island. When they come back, then they's coming to survey the land out.
Oh, so they wasn't even looking at land in Abaco. They was looking at land. They was actually doing an audit of land in Exuma.
Yeah, in Exuma.
So they wasn't on to Abaco yet?
No, they didn't reach Abaco yet, but they said they was coming. The survey the land.
Let's come in the light.
Yeah, they said they was coming, but they never reached.
Yeah.
They never reached because, the storm come. So when the storm, all that throw it back. So
now, I saw a big argument between your neighbor out there. He's a Bahamian, raw born Bahamian. He's a Mills, right?
Yeah.
Not Kai Mills, another Mills, one of their distant cousins, right?
All right.
And so he lived next door. He have I think that's a mechanic shop, all right? And he have the mechanic shop, but next door is where your property is, and they just started building up stuff, right? Now, some of those people, you gave permission to be there. Did you give all of them permission to be there?
No, that the other property with is mine. That on the side where the mechanic them is. That's Lundy on. I ain't my portion. You know mechanic in my yard. You know mechanic, so that's Lundy.
No. The mechanic owns where. I mean, he has the rights to where he is. I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying that he was a neighbor and he was having an argument with one of the people who lived there, who said he lived there. He's of Haitian descent, and he is saying that they have a right to be there because they have a lease. And that lease has your name on it, right? That his auntie have. And so we saw the lease with your name on it. Do you remember giving them a lease?
For mechanic to work there?
No, nothing to do with the mechanic. I was saying that the mechanic was having an argument with this Haitian man. And this Haitian man was saying that his aunt had a lease to be there. He provided us a lease, and the lease, we took a picture of just the names. The lease has your name on it.
Yeah, well, I give it a permission.
Okay, you gave her that permission?
I give it a permission.
How many people you gave permission?
About 5 or 6.
About 5 or 6, but man must see but 20 there. So the rest of them is nothing to do with you.
No, plenty of them that's come there. They ain't about me.
So,
ain't about me.
So the majority of those people are squatting. You didn't give them permission to be there?
No, I didn't give them no permission to be there. But they said with you with my name on it, I give them.
One was able to give with your name on it?
Yeah.
Others said they had receipts?
No, them said with receipt.
You charge them money to be there?
If I charge them?
The ones with receipt?
No, the one with my name on it.
That was
the
a lease.
Yeah, that was a lease for a year.
Right. Okay.
But I didn't give them no permission to build. You know.
Oh, what you get permission for?
The lease the land.
Okay.
Yeah, not the bill.
Oh, but you ain't give them no permit because you're in Ministry of Works.
I'm Ministry of Works.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the guy is saying that he gave a few of them permission to be there, but 5 or 6. We saw about at least 20 of them there, and so the rest of them are squatting. Now, what I noticed is that people there have their work permit. All right, they have their work permit, or they have residency. All right, or one was a Bahamian with a Haitian wife. We didn't check our papers. All right, but what you're saying is, one, you want your crown land that you applied for as a Bahamian. That's what you want. You want your crown land. So tell the government that you applied for your crown land as a Bahamian and you want it.
Yeah, over 7 years ago I applied for it. And I want my land.
And the only response you got was they doing some audits somewhere.
Yeah.
And they ain't get to you yet.
Yeah, they ain't get to me.
How do you feel when you see that foreigners could come in this country? Foreigners, these people who want to build hotel like in West End, close to where we are now. They put GIN there, gave them thousands of acres of crown land. They do it all over the Bahamas with foreigners. When Bahamians apply, you could never get it.
Never get no land.
How much acres did you apply for?
5.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
And they can't give you 5 acres?
5 acres. That's all.
Wow.
Right.
So this man went and paid his application fee, and the government did not do what they were supposed to do. Let me tell you something. Crown land is held. Crown land is held in trust for the Bahamian people. The government is only managing that for you. If you are there on that crown land, they have no power over you. All right, you have a right to be there because you're a Bahamian. All right, so more Bahamians need to go and squat and do what they have to do, because the Prime Minister said the foreigners have a right to be there. They are entitled to that land, the Prime Minister said. So if they're saying that the people of Haitian descent are entitled to that land, this is a purebred Bahamian, and you're entitled to that land.
I'm entitled to my land. I born you.
No. Well, if you was entitled to it, why you didn't get it?
You know, they ain't give me the papers yet. I ain't know why. It was 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are fighting for in this country. This is what we are fighting for. The foreigners could get anything they want in this country. And so, those people who are squatting on this gentleman's land, you need to move or be removed. We need law and order in this country. Because listen, you know, people who are upset because so many people were there squatting and they felt like you was collecting from each and every one of them.
No way. I get with 5 or 6 of them, at least 2.
And so one woman said you had given her permission to be there. She didn't show us a lease, but she said that you was letting her be there for free. You didn't charge her anything. She's legal. She has a residency, but she's of Haitian descent. I interviewed her, but she said you weren't charging her anything.
Yeah.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Wayne Monroe had initially said. The demolitions that were halted were on private land. Lies. We are not at this moment talking about any demolition of any building on private land. The difference should be obvious and clear. Lawyers, he's a lawyer. It's an absolute lie. He also said the shanty towns in Abaco are reported to be on private lands, as are majority of shanty towns in New Providence. Notice how he typed this here. This is him on Facebook arguing with people. The Minister of National Security on Facebook arguing with people. That shows the level of maturity. In no other country, you will never find the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of Homeland Security in the United States of America on Facebook debating with people. in WhatsApp groups debating with people. What you say carries weight. Not because of you, because some of your hair gets swelled, because of the position, the chair you sit in. You have to be careful of what you say. Only in the Commonwealth of Narnia would public officials be on social media arguing back and forth with people. In any other country, that make you resign instantly. Shanty towns in Abaco are reported to be on private land. Notice he say reported. He started talking, talking in parables here. As are the majority of shanty towns. If it's is it all the shanty towns, as you said in the last news report, or is it the majority? Because if it's the majority, then the ones that are not on private land, with the ones on crown land, what you doing with them? But you're crafting your story so that you don't have to touch the people on the crown land. The majority are on crown land. And those that are on private land, that's actually our land. That's actually our crown land that became private because an illegal immigrant, in many instances, would come to the Bahamas, get the land, live on the land, sometimes, well, different scenarios. And then when their children become 18, they apply in their children's name and their children get it. And so now they will tell you, oh, that's a Bahamian renting to those Haitians because the children start to bring other illegal immigrants onto the land. That's the trick they've been playing on us while we were sleeping. This man, in all of his public statements, has shown that he is not stable. He should not be in charge of a military. Look at this. This is when they asked about marital rape, etc. This was Wayne Monroe's response. See now, Wayne Monroe, it's in the paper. We would have to change our divorce law in two ways. If your spouse can withdraw consent for sex, then adultery ought no longer be a ground for divorce. What this man talking about? This the man y'all put in charge of the tanks and the machine guns and the armies and the boats who could blow up neighborhoods. That's the man. That's him. Who talked about how you should just brutalize the illegal immigrants, flog them, cane their children, because if they think that we are torturing and killing them, they won't come. And then the man brings the whole military. Now, he could be mad at me for this, so you know this could be some serious backlash. He probably could bring 2 militaries next time. But just think about that. If you look at his comments over time, it's the same man who said that, you know, the rape of a girl 4 years is too much because the girl gave consent. My Lord. I don't know how much more of this nonsense we can take as a people, but we can't take much more of this. We can't take much more of this. I can't take much more of this. That's who come in to throw us off the crown land. In the meantime, Bahamas, in the meantime, there is a injunction in place, and they are threatening to break this injunction. I think after I said that, they went and changed their talk. They asked the Attorney General, so they changed their talks. Notice how they changed the talks. They said now they're going to deal with any shanty towns that are not covered by the injunction. You see how they switched it now because I revealed their nonsense? You see? They keep switching. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man right here needs to be expelled from his country. Right? The young man I'm about to show you, these people have been embarrassing this country internationally. They've been lying on this country internationally. They put out a whole video, a whole booklet that actually showed Bahamians, Bahamian immigration officers with dogs biting them. Immigration ain't got no K9 unit.
Okay, here's the book right here. It says Immigration Law Rights in the Bahamas. See the emblem there on the book? Inside the book, see the crew there? All of Luby and the rest of them. Okay, this Luby right on the end here. This is how they portray the Bahamas, you see? Now that's Bahamas immigration. They are looking over some people. Those don't even look like Haitian, they look like white people. This here portrayed as Bahamians Haitians being hounded by Bahamian police. That isn't a Bahamian police. Okay? See the next one getting beat over his head? That's not in the Bahamas. That's not a Bahamian police. Our police don't carry stick like that. There's the barefoot bandit. Okay, this is the book. This is the letter I wrote. To go to the UN. I'll send a copy to the group. The rest of this, Fred Smith in the book Jubilant with his boys. So the whole book is right here. This is the second letter that I wrote out. I think this may have gone to some radio stations or whatever. That's the child that we talked about who got injured in the traffic accident. Okay? But it doesn't say that, you know. Okay? They say you have a right to be treated nicely.
And so those demons used a child that was in a traffic accident to give the impression that that is how Bahamian immigration officers abuse children in this country. They didn't literally say it, you know, but they put the picture there. And they put the barefoot bandit because everyone knows he was caught in the Bahamas. And they put immigration officers beating persons, but they weren't immigration officers. That wasn't even in this country. They showed dogs, and we don't have a dog unit in immigration. They showed dogs attacking Haitian nationals, supposed Haitian nationals. This is the level of lies that they would go to. So I'm told that Luby is all over the place on radio and social media, putting posts and calling my name every 5 minutes. I really don't have time for this. We have a country to save. I'm not interested in anything that he has to say, because that is the level of lies that they would go through. Many of you just saw that for the first time. I'm going to show that to you again.
The Grand Bahama Human.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. I just wanted to show you. I'm going to show you this one. That is Luby Georges representing the same organization, all right, and saying how they're there for all people. That's him.
The Grand Bahama Human Rights Association is an organization that defends the constitutional rights of all individuals in the Bahamas, regardless of race, heritage, or gender. We believe in the rule of law, and so therefore we are asking that all of the laws of the Bahamas be applied in a fair and humane manner.
They believe in the rule of law, etc., etc. And this is what they put up.
Okay, here's the book right here. It says immigration law rights in the Bahamas. See the emblem there on the book? Inside the book, see the crew there? All the Luby and the rest of them. Okay, this Luby right on the end here. This is how they portray the Bahamas, you see. Now that's Bahamas immigration. They are looking over some people. Those don't even look like Haitian, they look like white people. This here portrayed as Bahamians being hounded, Haitians being hounded by Bahamian police. That isn't a Bahamian police. Okay? See the next one getting beat over his head? That's not in the Bahamas. That's not a Bahamian police. Our police don't carry stick like that. There's the barefoot bandit. Okay, this is the book. This is the letter I wrote. To go to the UN. I'll send a copy to the group. The rest of this, Fred Smith in the book Jubilant with his boys. So the whole book is right here. This is the second letter that I wrote out. I think this may have gone to some radio stations or whatever. That's the child that we talked about who got injured in the traffic accident. Okay? But it doesn't say that, you know. Okay? They say you have a right to be treated nicely.
I mean, and these people can be walking around in our country. I mean, walking around in our country, fighting against our country while committing absolute treason. I mean, going to the international community, carrying these booklets and lying about the Bahamian people. Do you know what it is for the international community to see a child being abused like that? Do you know what that says about your country when that would happen? They did that to the same PLP government because it was Brave breaking down houses because he was the Minister of Works at the time. And it was Fred Mitchell who was rounding them up. And now, Luby has taken a job in immigration from these same crew who were desperate to get in. He needs to be removed from this country. So I hear Luby is typing his stuff all over the place. Luby, we're not interested in anything you have to say. Get out of our country. Not because you are Haitian, not because you are whatever you are, because of what you did to this country. If that was a Bahamian, I would say the exact same thing to you. Get out of this country. You do not belong here. Because of those actions. Luby, get. And while Wayne Monroe is lying about the Shanty being on private land because he want to attack us and not them, and justify why he's going to attack us and not them, and somehow they feel that Bahamian people are just going to be stupid and just allow them to do whatever they want to do. Shanty towns are all over this country. Look at that. Got a lot of stuff from Dennis Cates. By the way, the PLP has approached Maria Daxon. They want her to come to a meeting to join Team Brave. They also reaching out. I don't know if they reached out to him yet, Dennis Cates. They want him to be on Team Brave. They're trying to separate the people that they know would fight them on this. And they know I'm not going to sell out. So they're trying to reach people around us and people who would be strong in this whole thing and get them to change the narrative. You're going to see Haitians on the talk shows, you know, talking now. You're going to see them trying to spin the narrative. They're going to try to say that, oh, Haitians are not making coal. I think that's what they said. Luby is saying that. More lies again. All right. Say again. You know, so Yeah, so the team in here is talking to me. Yeah, so they're gonna say that Haitians are not making coal. They're still trying to sell this narratives because some Bahamians, have done it or are doing it along with them or on their own. Um, but there's still coal being sold right there on Calaban Road. They need to immediately ban the sale because it's the result is causing the destruction of our forests. So ban the sale and export of coal immediately. But they ain't gonna do that. They can't touch the Haitians for some reason. And so, man, we got so much to this right here. This is the Haitian shanty town right in Calapan Road. This is one of them. There's many, many, many. And I mean, look at how they do this. They don't even have any yard space, nothing. They build this house. I mean, diagonal. Look at. I mean, oh, you can't see my mouse, but let me see if I can point. The house right in the middle. That is diagonal. That's ridiculous. Like they just drop these houses anywhere. There's no sanitation in here. No proper sanitation. Nothing. They're clumped up, doing whatever they want to do. This another one. This is another big one, huge one. That's Cowpen Road. Wrong hand. This is Cowpen Road here. All right, and then you can see this whole big square in the middle there. That's lots and lots of houses clumped together. Just pure shacks. This is the Cowpen Road. This on Crown Land. All I'm showing you is on Crown Land. All land corruptly given to the descendants of immigrants to make it sound like it's Bahamian. But these are Crown land, all right? So, Wayne Monroe, go investigate this. It's Crown land, eh? Look at it. All right? So, before you come to us, this is number 2. Let's go to another one. This is what they call the twins. Crown land. All right? I wish I could make it bigger for you. It's the twins. On Crown land. That's 2 shanty towns right there. Okay? There's another one. That's another area where they make the coal. There's another one. Look at that. Crown land. Wow. Look at it. Yeah, shanty towns. All over. See another shanty town? It's Cowpen Road. That's coal kills. That's full of coal kills all around here. All there. All you can see is coal kills. This is now. Look at it. Coal kill, coal kill, coal kill. All over this, all you can see is coal kills. All over. Look at all those brown looking heaps. That's coal kills. The pile right there, where my finger is, right in front of my finger, just a little bit over past the green. That's coal kills. Down further, all around here, coal kills. Down to the bottom, that's coal kills. All right? On Crown land. Yeah? More shanty town. More shanty town. See here? What Mr. Cates was showing us was this is his farm. That's the road to get to his farm. That's the road here. And then you drive down. And then you make that left right there. And that's the shanty town right behind him. But he always showing you all the coal kills and all that. This is Crown land. This is where they gave him Crown land. Because he got Crown land right there. So all this area right here was Crown land. And they are on the Crown land and the coal kills right there. See the shanty town? And the coal kills right there. Y'all sharing this? This is shanty town on Crown land. and a bunch of coal killed. In fact, I think this is where they say that, what's his name? They allege that Vaughn Miller went to the lady who was doing this coal kill in this area, and he asked them to stop, which is his job. I think he's doing it because they are his constituents. He asked them to stop for now until this died down, because they're going to come and harass us, get rid of us, and then after they get rid of us, they plan on allowing it to continue and go right back to where it was. So they told everyone, just chill out for now until we die. We get rid of Lincoln them. We could drop the whole force of the law on them. We could scandalize them. We could do all kind of stuff. And then after that, they could shut up. No one could listen to them. And then you could just go quiet. And then you all could come back. We could tell you when to come back. That's what their story is now to the people out there who are doing this stuff. Just chill, right? Just for right now. Some little heat. When the heat die down, you can come back. All right. So the lady said, allegedly said to Vaughn Miller, but this is what I do. This is how I make money. This Asian lady. This is how I make money. So what am I supposed to do? And they said that Vaughn Miller gave her a job at a government ministry, hooked up with a job at a government ministry. To tell her to just chill for a little while, because the heat on, these Lincoln people, they bring in a lot of heat. That's what I'm told. But this is another Haitian village on Crown land. So when this man, this wicked man shows up with his tanks, etc., he passed all this to get to us. Let me show you what else he passed to get to us. See, there's more right here. And see, we tried to highlight the coal kills all over it. See, we wrote coal kill right there. All these arrows are pointing to all these coal kills. Yeah? Coal kill, coal kill, coal kill, coal kill. All this. All around here is coal kill. And that's the Haitian village right there. Guess what it's on? Crown land. Crown land. Our crown land. All right. So all of this in the area of our national park. That's on Crown land. Let's keep going, because they watching. All the trolls watching. This is in the area of where they were making the coal kill, where we made the discovery. This is how it was before. This is a few months ago. We went backwards. All right. Look at how much coal kills was there. Look at all this. All this darkness you see going across here, from there to there, all that is coal kills. Huge. All of this is coal kill. Right by where you see the fish pond, that's the fish pond. All of that was coal kill. That's the coal they were making before we got back there. This is the coal they was making from trees cut down, not by us. There's another area where some stuff going on. We ain't gonna reveal that yet. But look at this. There's two shanty towns on Crown land. Right there, right there. Huge. All of these they gotta pass to get to us on the people Crown land. All of them. More Crown land. More shanty towns. More. You have some more to show you, but they say you saved some. So there's much more, because we haven't shown you all the beef area or beef area or whatever they call it. There's a gate right there before you get to Golden Isles Road. Is on the left-hand side. When you drive down, you can't get in there because you need a key to get in All right? And as you drive down miles and miles of shantytown in that area. All right? Listen, y'all could choose. I mean, you could see the wickedness and the narrative that these people are doing while attacking Bahamians. If you choose to stand with that, then a few years from now, when you're losing your country, then don't say we didn't fight. It's going to affect you. While you're fighting for your party at the expense of our nation, just remember, when you are being overthrown, when you have to wait all night to see the doctor at the hospital, when you can't get an NIB card, when there's no room for you in this country, when your family can't get voted in an election because you're now an outsider in your own country, you did it. You did it. Some people ask, well, you know, they saw the woman living in the bus and they're wondering, hey, with the Crown land, well, y'all gonna allow shanty towns? If y'all get in there, y'all gonna allow shanty towns in there? No, we're not. People are building the way they're building because they can't afford to get a loan right now because they've not gotten title to the land. But we are going to give every single Bahamian title to their land. Every Bahamian title to their land. All of them. And so once you have title to the land, you're going to be able to get loans based on the title. All right? And so we're going to have proper homes that we're going to be encouraging, we're allowing people to build, et cetera, on the land. All right? And so that's really what the plan is. Ladies and gentlemen, in 10 days, the government is going to unleash military force on their own people. They're going to unleash military force on their own people. Someone sent me a video. They did a screenshot. And they're showing one of the comments on there. This Alex Roll McFarlane. He said, "I'm a proud Haitian, and I'm tired of y'all keep talking about us. It's y'all Bahamians who think this is your land, but this the Queen land. Y'all don't have nothing." That's the attitude. Y'all wait. Wait till a couple of years when they really know they got strength. We are not outnumbered yet. But y'all wait. That's how bold they're talking now. I'm not against Haitians. I love all people. But I am against people being caused to live in unsanitary conditions. So I'm a Haitian cousins. My brothers and sisters are Bahamians. To all my Haitian cousins. They don't love you because they're allowing you to live here and live in squalor. They won't give you electricity. They won't give you water. They won't give you cable. But in the new Bahamas, we're going to have a Bahamas that the Bahamians own, the Bahamians benefit from, and you come in to work for us. No problem. You can come in to work for us. We can need people to work because we ain't going to be doing the work. We're serious with that. We're going to be like the people of Dubai. We're going to be like the people of Qatar. We're going to be like the people of Norway. The foreigners are going to come in and work for us. We can need you. But you're going to have a work permit where you can open a bank account. You can have a driver's license. You can do many things that you're not allowed to do now. Your children won't be second-class citizens. But they're going to sell this narrative that Lincoln Bain hates the Haitians and he's speaking out against them. I'm not speaking out against Haitians. There's a negative part of Haiti that we don't want in our country. We don't want to be voted out. We don't want the riots, the unsanitary conditions and all that. We don't want that here. We want you to live properly and decently like human beings. These people who say they're fighting for you, they're not fighting for your living conditions. They're not fighting for you to live in proper conditions. They're fighting for you to come here, to be slave labor, to be treated like dogs, to live like animals. That's what they're fighting for. But we want to transform and have a new Bahamas for the benefit of everyone involved. The Bahamas where the foreign investor doesn't have to worry about having to pay any under the table money. Things just work. The Bahamas where we benefit first, and then we work with everyone else who's going to be coming in. All right. So I just wanted to show you some of these things tonight. We got a lot more to show you. I think we'll show you when we go live again, probably on Sunday. But next Friday, on day 14, we're going to be on the farm. We'll let you know the time. So we're going to go there from in the morning. We're going to have some sauce. We're going to sit down and wait for Wayne Monroe. Again, I want to thank Obie Wilchcombe for treating us like humans today. Philip Brave Davis so far has treated us like dogs, worse than dogs. They refuse to even have a conversation with Bahamians. They refuse. And I'm told by my people at Lands and Survey, because we have people in every ministry, everywhere, that this government is going to give out some crown land in short order. They've already started putting the list together. So far, there's about 100 people. They're going to start giving out some crown land because this whole debacle made them look so bad that they're going to try to counter this. They're going to try to give out some crown land to try to make themselves look good now, even though they treated us like dogs for doing what everyone else has always done. And so they're going to give out some crown land. So they have a list of people. I already know some people who are on the list. And that's what they're going to do. So those people can thank our efforts for the crown land that they're now going to be getting, because they're only going to do that to sway people's opinion to say, see, they gave out the crown land. You should have just do it the right way. That's the story that they're going to give now. All right. That's the story they're going to give. So wait for it. They started talking some stuff about agriculture because we talked about being there farming, and they started to say, oh, we're going to give farmers this, we're going to give farmers that, we're going to do this and that. But it didn't really, work in their favor. People just didn't pay attention to it. People still want to know why the Haitians can go on our land, take it, as you saw in the video just now, take it. One come and lease, the rest come and take. Two come and lease, the rest come and take. Three come and lease, the rest come and take. So why is your government officials lying to you? Notice every time I talk, I bring the proof. But we and them just say stuff. The trolls, the political trolls, just say stuff. They just say whatever and hope you just listen to them. They say a bunch of garbage. So, oh, Lincoln did this. Oh, this is what they do. This and that. Listen, don't listen to these people. We don't have time for that. We have a country to save. We're headed for the new Bahamas. And if you are headed for the new Bahamas, then thank you. Let me take some questions before I go. I haven't been disciplined to take questions for the last couple of lives. Let me take some questions. We got one on the top. Is there Desron? Desron is a political troll. Desron Bannister. I think, yeah, he's a family member of Gorman Bannister and those historic PLPs, one who snitched on Finland and all this other kind of stuff. But Desron Bannister is a PLP troll who lives out of this country. And it's so crazy how, the people who live out of the country, who ran from this country instead of staying here to build it, are the ones who have the most to say. But anyway, Desron, you seem to be focused on me. But Desron, no, there's no fee for this land. Hell no. And no one should be asking you for any fee to acquire crown land other than the government. All right? No one. I don't want no crown land. I don't have no special access to crown land. I don't have no hookup. All right? And so just to make that clear, there is zero fee for accessing crown land. Good question, Desron. You're a political prostitute, but it was a good question. Please explain again that land doesn't belong to the Queen. I have talked about this over and over. I actually even showed two leases that the government gave out. One for the Aragonite, one under Ingram, and one was under just when Pinlingham had gotten in. The one when Pinlingham had gotten in, it was signed by the Governor General. All right, that's the first Aragonite lease. The one that Ingram signed was signed by Ingram. The first one signed by the Governor General because at that time the Queen owned the land. But in 1973, we inherited the land. We own the land. Now, they still have some titles on things, even though there was a shift and a change. And it's easier to leave certain titles so you don't have to go and change all these rules in the rule books and that kind of stuff. No, just go back and change all those stuff in different laws that were written before and that kind of stuff. So they still call it Crown land. Crown actually means the people. A lot of people don't know that. Crown actually means the people. Go study that. All right, so it's Crown land. Okay, and the name stuck. So it's just like how some older people, your granddaddy them would call Market Street Farm Road, because that's what it used to be. As young people, if they say Farm Road, we wouldn't know what in the world that is. You know, we still call Tony Williams Island Highway Harold Road. All right, it just sticks, right? But in that case, the name was left, even though there was a change in the circumstance, right? That's really why it's still called Crown land. All right, so technically in our books, the Queen is still a sovereign head of state. That is the weirdest position in the world, but it's not a real position. All right, and so technically the land is for the Bahamian people, for the benefit of Bahamian people. So the land belongs to the people, not the Queen. The Queen does not own anything in this country, literally. Okay? Literally. And so we need to understand that. Next, Crown land is not owned by the government. Wayne Monroe knows that. Crown land is managed by the government on behalf of the Bahamian people for the benefit of the Bahamas, meaning the Bahamian people, because the country is the people, not the land. Government land is different. Government land is managed by the Treasury, and the government land is for example, police stations. Okay, and different places like this, the cabinet. This government land, Parliament. It's government land. That's a different story. Crown land is a different situation. It's not owned by the government. Okay? And so when they talk about someone trespassing on Crown land, yeah, you can trespass on Crown land because the Crown land may be leased to someone. It's not for the government to jail you for being on Crown land. But if the government gives me a lease for Crown land and I'm farming that Crown land, and you come and encroach on my farm, you are trespassing on Crown land. But if no one is using it, it belongs to all of us. You see the difference? You see? So, yeah, you can trespass on Crown land, but it's in different circumstance. All right? So if I lease Crown land, you come and encroach on my Crown land, I could ask you to leave, you could be trespassing because I have a lease for the Crown land. But in terms of the land that belongs to all of us, it's not supposed to work that way. All right? So don't listen to these politicians. Go and study stuff for yourself. Let me see some more questions. Someone says, tell Maria, stay away from that dirty PLP. Yeah. Maria on their run. They know, she knows exactly what they're doing. They're trying to divide and conquer. Remember I told you these tricks. They're going to try to play these tricks. They're going to try to dirty, divide, and conquer. They're going to try to send people in our organization just to do certain things, to kick up. They send them to get close, you know, be inside, and then kick up. So people can say, oh, that organization is stable, don't listen to them. But they plant their people to do that. They're going to plant their people amongst us to try to make complaints and do different stuff, you know. All of that is political tricks. We're too mature for that now. Don't fall for that stuff. Let's keep our eyes on the prize of Bahamians benefiting from our natural resources. Someone asked me, why you don't talk about that every time you talk? Listen, I've been talking about that for the last 2 years. All of the information is on our Coalition of Independence website and Bahamian Evolution websites. Go watch those videos again. Watch those documentaries again. Watch my lives. My Facebook page is a treasure trove of information. Go find them live. Sit down. I know it's 2 hours, but if you want to learn, it's right there. Go get it. All right. All we are doing, no matter what you see us dealing with in the meantime, everything is about Bahamians benefiting from their natural resources. Putting Bahamians first. That's what we're fighting for. Don't mind the little interim fights. This isn't just about Crown land. Crown land is the most valuable land, it's the most valuable natural resource because the other natural resources are in it. Where do you find gold? In land. Where do you find diamonds? In land. The ocean is on top of land, according to law. Where do you find the trees? On land. Land is the most valuable. So we got to make sure we don't lose this. So this is an interim fight. There's battles in between the war, and we got to fight this. All right. Someone says tricks are for children. All right. So here we go. So I see what's his name? The farmer Kate's sent me a voice note with one picture. Kate's, the PLP coming for you, eh? They coming for you. I know if they already called you, but they coming. All right. So you have a treasure trove of information. They're coming for you. All that means they have a minute. And when they come, I'll be able to tell you. All right. So next question. All right. Next question. Someone says you should go live on YouTube and Facebook. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. We always go live once we are using the software on YouTube, on Bahamian Evolution's page, and on the Coalition of Independence page, I think. Yeah. Coalition of Independence. Let me see what we're on. Yes, YouTube on Bahamian Evolution page and YouTube on the Coalition of Independence YouTube page. So either of them you can see. So if you want to share with some family members who don't have Facebook, you can go to the YouTube and share it. I should have been saying it every time we go live where we're broadcasting. That's very irresponsible. And so we should have done that. All right. All right. So it is on YouTube. Thank you for that. Yeah, someone says one thing they can't refute is the conversation having they can't refute what's happening here. Of course they can't. All right, they can't because they can't refute what we're saying because what we're saying is the absolute 100% truth. Okay, it's the absolute 100% truth. So let's see. All right, so. I see someone putting up something up here, but naked user. Let me block that user. Block. Someone putting some stuff up here, but naked this and that. Not on my page. Out of order. Okay, block that user. I don't like blocking people, but they using this for advertisement. All right, let me see if any more questions. Any more questions? I hope everyone understands. Can you post exact time and date? We're going to have a countdown on my page. We're going to have a countdown on Coalition of Independence page. It's going to be on Friday. So Friday morning. They're not going to tell you exact time they're coming, but they said in 14 days. So on day 14, which is Friday, we're going to be there. And we're going to show strong support. We're going to have the tents out for us, and we're going to sit in the chairs, and we're going to have some sauce. We're going to have lots of sauce, etc. Yeah, we can spend some money that day. And we're gonna have a good supper, and we're gonna show a force. See, if you come out and show the government that you're serious, it's impossible for the government to lock up even 50 people. They don't have the space in the stations. It's impossible for the government to lock up 100 people. It's impossible if there are 300, 400, 500 people. They know that you're serious. They cannot process that many people. It is impossible. They don't have enough jail cells, especially with COVID protocols. Graham asks question, if someone is born to two illegals and receives citizenship, are the two parents legal as well? Graham, you don't answer to that. Someone says, I always have to be working. Man, calling sick that day. Let's have a sick out. Let's have a sick out. Let's show the government be serious. Calling sick. All right? Someone says they need to stand down now. They're only going to stand down if we show them. And so Wayne Monroe is more like a reptile, so he doesn't have feelings, so he does what he wants to do. He doesn't care. So it's going to be up to Brave Davis to rein him in, because if he doesn't rein him in, he's going to do whatever he wants. He really doesn't care. And so Brave Davis is the only person that can take any action as it relates to Crown land. Understand that. Everything you see Wayne Monroe doing, it is not Wayne Monroe, it is Brave Davis. All right? Want to see everyone in Lincoln. Have my stew fish ready for Friday. Stew fish, hey, that sounds good. I like stew fish. All right? Listen, this is an expensive undertaking fighting for the Bahamian people. So y'all listen, y'all need to assist us as much as you can. Go to our website, coalitionofindependence.com, and give a donation. Give a donation. You can go right there. You can pay with your card, with your credit card. Go right there and give a donation, man. We need as much help as we can. Should I do a GoFundMe page? You think I should do a GoFundMe page for this effort? We got some lawsuits coming. We got legal bills. We got legal expensive. I think I'm going to do a GoFundMe page. I think I should do a GoFundMe page, or should we just do it on our website? Y'all post. Tell me which one to do. Or should I do both? We have a lot of someone say your boy coming in. Someone say your boy coming in. We could be on the farm ready and waiting. I with you, bro. I could be on the farm ready and waiting. I could be all suit right up. I could be sharp as a tack, waiting on Wayne Monroe. We get in live and we can direct him to where we are. In fact, Wayne Monroe number in my phone, I could send him the pin to where we are. Bring the whole army. Bring the whole defense force, because you will need all of them to get us off the Bahamian people land. While you passing all the shanty town, lying, making excuses, talking nonsense, but all the shanty towns are on private land, and the demolitions was with reference to shanty towns on private land. Listen, we don't care. We don't care. This is our land. This is our land, Wayne Monroe. You will be gone in 5 years or sooner. This is our land. You can leave that land right there. But let me tell you something. You could drag our cold, dead Bahamian bodies of that land, because it's ours. And if you can't touch these illegal immigrants who taking land from Bahamians, Bahamians in Abaco crying out for help, and y'all wouldn't send one police stand there additional to help them people. Bahamians got run out of their homes, their own homes, white and black Bahamians got run out of their homes by Haitians with guns. Talking stupidness, but you coming on the farm, don't resist the police, lock me up, carry me straight to jail, try, drag us off that land, let the whole world see how wicked and evil you are. Let them see what you are doing to your own people. We will be waiting. Come drag us off that land. Come block up the land. Do whatever it is you plan to do, because we don't know what you plan to do, because the people in your meetings ain't loyal to you. Because one could be a real Bahamian and be in them meetings with y'all where you're plotting on Bahamians and not expose y'all for the evil that y'all are doing. That's how we know with the crown land you're about to give out, because y'all look bad. They now thinking we're giving out the crown land and then coming at us. Listen, they trying every trick in the world to get Bahamians off their crown land. They can pick some of their cronies and say, yeah, man, take this land. Now we got a big press conference. Do this up press conference for everything. We got a big press conference. Look at how we are giving out crown land. They're supposed to build 40 houses in Pinecrest. They give keys away to 3, and they still ain't finished. The houses actually ain't finished. But they brag as if all 40 houses was finished. It's supposed to be 200, but it's supposed to be the first 40. And people ain't moving the house yet. Listen, man, we've had enough. Listen, Bahamians, join us on Friday. We gonna have a good old South. They was actually talking about having a wake out there that night before. But we come out there that morning, and we're gonna stay out. We're gonna fellowship. We got food and drinks. I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe, and you can also go to the page and do donations. I'll set up, so as we finish, I'll set up the GoFundMe. I'm gonna put a link on the page, and so you can either go to our page or click on the donate button. That's coalitionofindependence.com. Or you can go to the GoFundMe. We got to raise money. We have a lot of legal fees. They got the Attorney General's office. We've already been doing this. We've filed for the 2 persons who was arrested. I'm filing for the Defense Force officer who decided he liked males and want to be touching up on me. Listen, Defense Force. When y'all send these next set of fellas, don't send the homosexual ones. I don't want no man rubbing up on me. You hear me, Commodore King? I don't want any man rubbing up and touching up on me. I don't go that way. Because that's the only reason I can tell you this man was all up on me, in my face. I like woman. Don't do it again. And if that's what y'all doing on that base, don't bring that out. I would like to thank all of the decent, honest, respectable Defense Force officers who will stand up for justice. I know all of y'all don't believe in that. I know all of y'all don't like rub up on man like Stubbs. Petty Officer Stubbs. I know that some of y'all have a job to do, but you only have to follow lawful orders. All right? Lawful orders. No one can tell you to do nothing that is wrong. So, y'all can come out. Y'all could bring all 1,500 Defense Force officers. Listen, none of the rubbing up on man, okay? Send the macho men. What they call me, Rambo? Send the strong, I want a challenge. I don't want those ones. Send me a challenge. All right? Because we're going to defend our land. Well, keep Stubbs on that base, please. Timmy, stay on that base. Thank you. Let me see if any more questions while we're at it. Because I felt like I was sexually assaulted by that Defense Force officer. That's how I feel. All right. Shanique says, Lincoln, but that's a Friday, so we ain't coming out till Monday. Listen, man, listen. Jail food is healthy. You don't have all that salt and sugar and all that seasoning. It's healthy. You could detox for the weekend with me, Shirigam. Let's detox. Eat some jail food. All right? Don't worry about the weekend, all right? Just come eat some jail food with me. Someone says GoFundMe could be a big help, okay? But your GoFundMe is public. So, but anyway, we'll set up the GoFundMe, and some people can go there, and you can donate anonymously because some people are afraid to donate. Some people are afraid to donate. Okay, so what's that? Are they going to bring Miller in for questioning? Which Miller are they talking about? Oh, sorry about that. Are they going to bring Miller in for questioning? I don't know. Listen, that man's so connected with both parties. I think they're going to try to find some way to turn it on us. I think they're going to try to find. I think, listen, they sitting down plotting every day, all day. I get so much calls from people in these different meetings. They listen. I don't think they've ever plotted on one man this much in this country's history. In the history of this country, I don't think they've ever plotted on one man this much. All right. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna bring Miller in, but we'll see. What happened to the info where the members of parliament tried to get police to conspire against you? Did you ever share that information? No, we didn't share it yet. We got some stuff that we are keeping to our chest and waiting for them to make a move. We can't talk everything. But I can just say that there was a couple of information, but there was an instance where they was in a secret meeting and someone pocket dialed me. My God, they was in a secret meeting plotting on little old me. Big meeting, all this crime going on in this country. All this murders happening almost every day. Women getting dragged into the bush and robbed and raped. People's houses getting breaking into. They having a whole meeting on little old me. Jesus. Listen, our country under invasion, and they talking about taking 40 Defense Force officers to put on the farm to watch bush and pigeon and lizard and snail, only in the Commonwealth of Narnia. Well, this is soon going to be the Commonwealth of Little Lady. We need our borders protected. They send in Defense Force officers to go be in the bush all day where there's no threat. The lying buggers went to the shooting range that everyone know the Defense Force is the ones who has used that, along with police and civilians. And they started pretending, oh, look at these bullets. Oh, look at, they have a shooting range. Oh my God, I forgot to download the picture to let you all see. The Defense Force actually uses that shooting range. So yes, there's some bullets there that regular people don't have. Man, I wonder if there's a way I forgot to pull that up for you all. I mean, it's so amusing. It's so amusing. Let me see if it's on here. Man, I really want y'all to see that, man. Jesus Lord. I want y'all to see that so bad. Okay. Oh, I got it. How can I do this? Let me see. Man, the Defense Force right there. I can show the video. Let me show the picture with all of them. You pull this up. Where is it? Hold on. All right, let me put it right there. Man, I mean, like, must see 100 of them. All right, they right there with their guns training. So they do their little training, shooting, whatever. Them. Jesus, y'all can see it right now. Right sure right now. I mean, this is so entertaining. Because if you don't laugh in this country, you'll definitely cry. All right, you'll definitely cry. Hold on, almost there. All right. All right. Now let me just pull it into the system. I mean, they were holding up them bullets. They were shocked. Oh, a 9mm gun. That means that there should be some people here using unlicensed firearms. Oh, we need to come into this area and protect this area. And they sounded like bad actors. They literally sounded like bad actors. I mean, doing it. I didn't mean to get those police staff to participate in that. My Lord. Commonwealth of Little Haiti. And so this is the area where the shooting range is. You see all the bullets and stuff on the ground? This area of shooting range. These are Defense Force trainers who was standing up while they was running their little training. So these, I ain't limiting everything. I got video. But these are the two Defense Force trainers. You see them? See them there? It's the Defense Force fellas. See, they got the government car and whatever. But watch this. You see there's a corner right here. You can't see it from this angle, but this goes to a corner right here. There's a corner this way, and there's a corner. I forget, you can't see what I'm doing. There's a corner on both sides of them. All right? And here's who's there training. And if you zoom in, you can screenshot and zoom in later. They walking with all their weapons, etc., etc. And they train back here. That's them. They're always back here. They're always on the farm training. They just come on duty, training, and off duty and shoot guns. It's Defense Force. This was on Tuesday. They came on Friday and put on a whole show. Like, ooh, look at all the bullets. Ooh, we didn't know these bullets were back here. Look at them. They standing on bullets. They standing on bullets. And this Bubba, who sexually assaulted me. Y'all leave this one on the base, okay? It's Timmy Stubbs. Timmy. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, just having a little bit of fun because if you don't laugh, you'll cry in this nation. But we are serious. We're serious about our people. We're serious about our natural resources. We're serious about our land. And so, despite how much ever officers they find to come and they can be in what suit you going to be wearing. You better be wearing your battle fatigues. You don't want me to wear my suit? Listen, I got battle fatigues. I got my camouflage. I don't want y'all confuse me for the Defense Force officer. I don't want Grammy them start beating me with their purse and stuff like that. All right? I do not want to get confused. But I got my camouflage. I got my camouflage, everything. Want me come in camouflage? Y'all please let me know. Camouflage or suit? I was coming out there in a suit, man. Y'all me coming with camouflage, my boots. Or we coming in army fatigues? How y'all want to dress? Y'all tell me. Let me know. I'll listen to y'all. Huh? They in here telling me wear Bahamian colors. All right? Someone say Bahamian colors. What do y'all think? Bahamian colors? Let me see. Someone says, Mr. Bain, what's the update on the matter, the police report with Rainwood Wells and Mandel? Listen, they ain't never come back to me. I reported again to the police commissioner. He said he's going to get back with me. Never heard from him again. Someone says suit. Someone say army. Suit too hot. Bahamian colors. Too hot for suit. Yes, Bahamian colors. We're all black. Desron, the political prostitute, says, why when you ask questions, COI people are nasty? Let me help you with something, Desron. These are Bahamians who are fed up and tired of the politicians who've been raping and robbing us and the political prostitutes like you. We have had enough. That is why these are not necessarily COI followers. These are Bahamians. The problem is, y'all are not used to Bahamians being fed up and speaking their minds. Y'all are only used to political prostitutes speaking their minds on social media. So you think that everyone who speaks up in favor of an issue that the COI espouses is a member of the COI. No, they're not. These are Bahamians who are tired and fed up. They are Bahamians, they are PLPs who are disgusted at what brave Davis sent Wayne Monroe to do on that land with bringing all those machine guns. They are Bahamians who are disgusted at what happened. And I encourage them, when they see prostitutes like you are getting paid to say what you are saying, to cuss you out. Because we've had enough. You're getting paid to go on social media, to spew nonsense, to keep us blind, to destroy this country, to sell this country out. And you think people ain't reached the point where they are tired and fed up with this nonsense? Boss, I don't know about them, but we tired of the house Negroes. I tired. And while I have to keep my composure, I pray the Lord sends more soldiers who could cuss your political prostitutes out in the name of the new Bahamas. Get off my life. The PLP has done enough damage to this country. The FNM has done enough damage to this country. We need a new Bahamas. Everyone download the Tingamap, please. Let's start having our conversation with Tingamap. You know, any group here, you can only hold 256. The Tingamap, you need everyone to get on there. Everyone get on the Tingamap, please. I'm going to be posting some stuff in there. All the stuff I did today, I'm going to post on there. Get on the Tingamap. It's just like Facebook, but better. There's, you know, a lot of you have been in Facebook jail. Some of you are still in Facebook jail. Get on the Tingamap. That is encoded. You don't have to worry about the authorities. Someone said, Lincoln, did you see what Levin and Cassius said? Listen, man. Listen, Cassius is irrelevant. That was the political prostitute who sold himself out to form a party named the Coalition to confuse voters. All right? He is completely irrelevant. He shut down his BDM that was around from Massey 2000 to go and sell his soul to be a prostitute, a political prostitute, I'm sorry. Levin Miller decided to do the same thing. He's a political prostitute. And what they fail to understand is that people can see when you are a political prostitute and they cancel you out. Your opinion doesn't matter. The opinion of real Bahamians matter. Real Bahamian voters, not people who are speaking because they want they want a contract. All right. That's one on here. So he asked a question. I've asked several times and not gotten an answer. Go ask your PLPs. He say reference to the man who was paid to clear down some land for Lincoln and where was that land located. Man, go ask him, man. You know exactly who the man is. Go ask him. Go ask him. All right? Clearing land don't mean you cutting down trees, pine trees. Because the majority of land cleared down was already cleared down. Timelines can show that. All right? So I know you're all trying to build a story. Somebody says, think of an Apple Play Store yet. Not yet. They've submitted it several times, but Apple is very finicky. Right? So yeah, they're very finicky. What naked dot what? Listen, no, block user. I keep blocking this user. Somebody's Benjamin, I really believe you want to see in Pinewood. Yes. They stole Pinewood. I'll reveal some stuff on that later. I'll reveal something that they did. All right. Plenty land was cut for charcoal. Nobody talking about that. They're trying to make it seem like, again, they're still running out of this story, even though we've disproven it, because all the trees cut down in the area where we are still right there. So if they made all this charcoal, where they got it from? Because the trees in the area where we are, I ain't saying who cut it down, who didn't cut it down. The trees right there. We've already shown video of that. So what's with this story? I saw someone said that Louis posted something say where the trees with Lincoln them cut down. Louis, you can come and farm, you know. We don't want the likes of you there because we want you out of this country because you are a sellout treasonous a rat. But come look with your own eyes. The tree's right there. We stopped your people from getting it to burn coal. We stopped them. And that's when you all made your call to corrupt government officials. They say these Bahamians getting in the way of this business. Get them. All right. So some of this casting leaving about insignificant trolls. Yeah, man. Leaving as a troll. He's singing for supper. I don't have time for that. People could recognize that. I don't have time for that. All right. There's Ryan Wells. He's asking simple questions for simple. He's getting sideways. I haven't seen any question from Ryan Wells. Ryan Wells, what is your question? Because we don't run from anyone's question. Type your question again, because Facebook posts questions when they want to. So I might not see it, but whoever that was, I don't remember your name now. Post your question. You said you had a question you want to answer. Ryan Wells. He said he has a question, but I don't see any question from you, so post it. Let me see if it'll pop back up. Ryan Wells, I'll wait for your question. Lincoln, does our law allow a Haitian Bahamian to be prime minister? Yes, it does. This is dangerous. Cheryl says election need to be tomorrow. This is what they are doing quietly. They are trying to overpopulate us, so now they will have all their people in place. There were members of parliament in that you didn't even know were of Haitian descent. Soon, if we don't curb this, there will be a Haitian prime minister other than Brave. All All right. So I didn't see a question from Ryan. I was asking about Ryan's question. Ryan, you didn't send your question again. We don't avoid people's question. We don't have anything to hide. So Ryan, I gotta wrap up, but I don't see your question. I would have, yeah, Bahamas. If you don't act now, you are going to be outnumbered, and you're gonna have a Haitian prime minister soon, like Luby. Luby is fighting hard to be prime minister. That's what he's doing, you know. Luby is fighting to be prime minister, and he don't want to do it the normal way. He's gonna do it through keeping himself relevant with the Asian community, overpopulating the country, and then getting in. Remember, Lincoln Bean told you that. And this is after fighting down our people, fighting down our nation, live and
It's me again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tune out now with this song. Lovely song. I love it by Movado. I can relate to this. I can relate to him. But I want you to know that change is here. Let's stand up on next week Friday. I don't know what date it is. What date is that? You know, on next week Friday, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be standing up, waiting on Wayne Monroe. Maybe he coming to flog us. Maybe coming to keen us. Maybe coming to tell us to kiss his backside. We're gonna be waiting on him. Wherever he comes with, we'll be there. We'll be there. So that's not Friday coming, the next Friday. All right. So 4-4. 8. Friday is the 8th. All right. 8 is somebody show. That's the 8th. So they said that's not this week. It'll be the Friday after that. They said that's the 8th, but that looked like the 10th to me. All right, so it's the 10th. So we living good. We don't even know what day it is. That's how good we living. We're in the farm every day, all day. Y'all tell me what the date is next Friday, please. Because everyone in here living good. The 1st. Yeah, that sounds like it. The 1st? So Friday the 1st, the new beginning. Man, that don't sound right again, man. 1st is the 8th. Let me see. Y'all, I gotta look myself. Today is, what the date is today? Living good. The 21st. So that's the 1st. Friday, the 1st of July. We're gonna be out there and we're gonna be sitting down waiting on Wayne Roosevelt Monroe. We're gonna be there. Someone says the 1st. They still taping this the 8th. There was that. That's the 1st, y'all. We didn't know over that. It's time for us to benefit, and that's it. So we went a little bit over tonight. I just want to thank you all for hanging with me all this time. But we're going to stand up and we're going to fight. So we're going to set up the GoFundMe. You're going to see it there. Please share it with persons you know that are serious. You can also go to our page and click on the donate button and donate as much as you want. But we're going to sit down here and set up the GoFundMe. So it should be up by, say, 11:30, 12. The GoFundMe should be up. We want to thank all of you for tuning in. Support us, man. This is an expensive adventure. We got lawsuits to file. Each of those are expensive. Help us out. We got a lot of expenses. You tell us to keep going, but we can only keep going if you help us keep going. The F&M and PLP, they got to raise money. You know, sometimes they have a little boat cruise, a little cookout, etc. But show us that you love us. Show us that you want us to keep going. I don't care if it's $1, $5. Obama won with no, $1 to $5 donations. We can do this. We don't have to take any money from any corrupt oligarch. We can do this as a people. We can do this. Please stand with us. All right. So we're going to set up the GoFundMe. Let's see what comes out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. God bless all of you. And remember, change ain't coming, change is here.
Father God, it's me again. Father God, it's me, your son again. Father, I know them a blow breath in a man. Want today, genocide. Go inside, Father God, I make them fight me so hard. I lucky things to me no coward. I lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the Obie work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the Obie work at them get no reward. No. Just see them sit down and a fight against me thing. Me laugh. I see him where Judas and him friend them did fight against the king. Read the Psalms and realize I know nobody them. Them a try set me up with this body them. Successful life that a bother them. Power up and kill the snake pan the ladder them. Father God I made them fighting so hard. A lucky things to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the Obie work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the Obie work at them get no reward. Yeah. Everybody know I see a gully man from I fi make it out. I saw gully man done. Them a put me in a dark, make me holy lantern. From the gully house to me holy mansion. Can't take the visa, them can't do no sanction. Now everywhere me go I stand innovation. Jaja Pitney never lose in no occasion. Them know me, the new innovation. Hey, Father God I make them fight me so hard. Lucky things to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Father God, no make the Obie work at them get no reward. No, no, no make the Obie work at them get no reward. No, no, Father God, no make none of them get no reward. Father God, no make them get the reward. Father, Holy God again. It's me again. It's me again. Father, yeah, yeah. Father God, I make them fight me so hard. A lucky things to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the Obie work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the Obie work at them get no reward.